News-wise, Charlotte with those details.
Thanks, Eamon. America and China have agreed to increase pressure on Iran over its nuclear activity. The agreement came out of the first day of President Obama's International Nuclear Summit being held in Washington. The meeting led to further successes, as Robert Nisbet now reports.
Cats, do we, in this country?
We do have polecats, indeed.
Well, did you know that?
Yes, I did know that, yes. I think lots of people know that.
Polecats?
Do you not know that? Yeah. And
Never
I've got
seen
a pet
one in my
hedgehog
life.
at the moment.
A what?
A pet hedgehog. We're looking after a hedgehog.
A pet? Well, you can't have it as a wild animal.
No, we're
you
going to
can't.
let him go.
That's probably illegal.
He's a bit under the weather at the moment, so we keep an eye on him.
Oh, Miss Tiggy Winkle.
That's my bit to help the UK's animal
Excellent.
population.
Well, you'll be keeping polecats next.
And also, the creator of the world's largest house, made entirely out of beer mats, has sealed his Guinness World Record by pulling it down. Sven Goeb's unfulfilled record. You might be tempted.
No. No. But anyway, thank you very much. Is that it? Right, let's get a rundown of what else is happening, and we will have her view on the papers from Camilla after this from Charlotte.
Thanks, Eamon. America and China have agreed to increase pressure on Iran over its nuclear activity. The agreement came out...
I'm getting this now. To prove it's a record, he had to knock it down.
Yes, to prove it wasn't stuck together in any way.
It takes a certain type of person to want to achieve that record, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
Yes.
But then some people
I could see your husband going for that record.
Challenge to work for.
He's the sort of guy.
There's nothing wrong with achieving things,
okay,
getting a Guinness World Record.
Each to their own, each to their own. Camilla Tominey from the Sunday Express, looking through the papers today. The MP, it's a slap in the face to every decent Briton.
I think every decent... Very unscientific.
I think the danger is, though, that if you walk around smiling the whole time, people think you're a bit odd, don't they?
Well, you're a half-wit.
I said this to somebody who criticised me for looking glum. I said, I'm not going to walk around all day with an inane grin on my face just to please you, which obviously made me look even more miserable.
Yes. And you know, when bother cleaning their teeth, and plaque builds up and it goes into your arteries and things.
Fascinating.
Older women having babies.
There are older women
like
having
yourself.
baby.
When you are.
I'm not sure if I'm that much older, Eamon.
But you're regarded as a mature mother if you're over 21 years of age, or a veteran mother, aren't you?
I'm 31, so I'm positively, you know, at 40, obviously having babies.
And much older, which it can be. But as I say, when you look at those statistics, they're not all that they seem.
They seem, indeed.
Yes.
Because the Prime Minister...
West Yorkshire Chief Constable. So
it makes you know less.
Give us more stories from the papers. That's Camilla with her. What else is happening? Charlotte's got all those details as they're coming in.
Thanks very much, Eamon. And America and China have come to agreement to increase pressure on Iran over nuclear activity. The agreement came out of the first day of President Obama's International Nuclear Summit being held in Washington. The meeting also led to further successes, as Robert Nisbet reports.
Soggy beer mat. There we go. OK, so the International Year...
So it's released into the wild.
Are they not always covered in lice and things?
No, they're not, no. Well, this one looks OK. I haven't seen any signs yet.
All right, no, you mark my words.
Do you want me to bring him round?
It's there, it's there. Thank you, Charlotte. In there, don't look so frightened, it'll be fine, it'll be OK. Right after Charlotte with a rundown of what else is happening news-wise.
Thanks, Eamon. So, as Nick Clegg was saying there, they will be unveiling their manifesto tomorrow. Today, though, it's the Tories' turn, and in that document, the Conservative leader David Cameron says that Britain's problems can only be solved if the country pulls together. It includes promises to scrap most of Labour's planned national insurance increase, raise the inheritance tax threshold to £1 million and freeze council tax for 2 years. America and China have agreed to increase pressure on Iran over its nuclear activity. The agreement came out of the first day of President Obama's International Nuclear Summit, which is being held in Washington.
The thing is, you wouldn't want a lot of mice and otters and polecats at the bottom of your garden, really, would you?
No, don't start this. They all serve a purpose. That's the thing.
Yes, but you'd be calling Rent-A-Kill or the council or something, wouldn't you? I mean, you'd be...
Stay in the bottom of the garden, that's fine.
I'm just alarmed to know that there are polecats. I thought they only happened in Yogi Bear cartoons and things. But we've got polecats in Britain, apparently. Right, Camilla Tominey, Sunday Express, she's got the newspapers. This car bomb attack yesterday at the Palace Barracks in Hollywood, just outside, is that the intelligence sector of the police...
Introduced it saying that it's to appeal to as wide an audience as possible, which presumably includes my 18-month-old, which is wonderful.
Yeah, lovely, lovely.
You're never too young to vote, clearly.
I tell you, if you think you're bitten by a polecat next to Piece of Farmer, that's what'll happen. Now, this is... we finish on a bunch of flowers.
I know, I was slightly distressed.
In the news, Charlotte has that as it comes in.
Thanks, Eamon. And Facebook has announced an overhaul of its website safety measures that includes the redesign of its abuse reporting system.
You, Charlotte, we've got the Home Secretary.
Wouldn't it? Yes, it would
Just
be.
made me, I think I'll spend this weekend building one of those.
I think that'd be lovely.
Yes, it'd be lovely. Do you know, not only... I can't even stand Lego, never mind that.
Is it because you don't have the patience?
No, but it's all got smaller and more fiddly, and none of these things, when you put them together, ever stay that way, you know, unless you use super hard, super glue
yeah,
on them or whatever, which he didn't, we have to point out. That's why it's a record. Excellent. Not exactly as Jim Gamble would have wanted you to. He says you're one small step away from putting that button there. Why do you not have that button there? Well, we were read to me this morning, live from Washington. He said it's like having sites. There seems to be a lot of stubborn pig-headedness in this. Do constables in this country, even though it's by politicians, even though it is by parents, even though it is by child charities, you're saying to them, look, we know this business, you don't.
A few people getting in touch actually saying that they think it's the parents' responsibility. Rob Wallett's saying that. Parents should check what their kids view online. It's not Facebook's responsibility. A few people saying that. Marty saying if a child's concerned enough that a person is dangerous, surely they can tell their parents. But Mike and Devon is making the point that some people wouldn't realise they're in danger, and perhaps they need this button somewhere visible, that if they're worried about things, then they can contact someone.
Well, I mean, the links are there on every single page on Facebook, and they're actually very well used.
5 clicks away as opposed to one click. Coming in on that, and your solutions to this, please do get in touch. Adi in Homes at Sky, Charlotte, news@sky.com. He's Facebook's top man in Britain. Thank you very much indeed. Charlotte, what else have you got?
Well, I've also got this, the emails. We were talking earlier on the paper review how often you see your parents, and the survey says that apparently 1 in 10 people see them over a year, basically. It takes them to see them. Anthony Howe's got in touch, and he says, I haven't seen my parents in over a year as they live in Canada, but we do a video call every week. Lauren in Manchester says, I see mine every day. That's because I live with them. Kevin Avidson, he says, I see my mum every weekend and I still wash the dishes for her. So a round of applause for Kevin this morning.
Yes. The only problem, of course, with seeing relations and whatever is the amount of football that is on the telly. That often gets in the way.
Is that your excuse?
That'll be my excuse. And there's a big match tonight, Sarah Jane.
There is, yeah, one game.
Thank you for watching this morning. We'll be back tomorrow morning, 6 through to 9, to do it all again. It is the live desk. Next, stay tuned for that, and the Conservative Manifesto will be unveiled.